Do you ever notice how much energy we waste explaining ourselves to people who don't even care? Think about it. How many times have you found yourself justifying your decisions, defending your dreams, or waiting for someone to give you permission to go after what you want? Let me tell you something. Every second you spend trying to prove yourself to others is a second you're stealing from your own progress. It's time to stop. The moment you shift your focus inward, everything in your life begins to change. Why? Because success doesn't come from talking about what you're going to do. It doesn't come from convincing other people that you're capable. It comes from action. It comes from discipline. It comes from showing up for yourself every single day when no one's watching. Most people don't get what they want in life because they're too distracted. They let the noise of the world get in the way of their own progress. They spend hours scrolling through social media, comparing their journey to someone else's highlight reel. They worry about what their friends or family will think if they take a different path. They waste their energy arguing with people who don't even have their best interests at heart. And at the end of the day, they're left feeling drained, frustrated, and stuck in the same place. But let me tell you something. When you eliminate distractions, when you stop explaining, when you focus only on what truly matters, that's when you become unstoppable. Because the truth is, success is built in silence. It's built in the early mornings when no one else is awake. It's built in the moments when you choose to work instead of seeking validation. It's built in the times when you push through, even when no one is clapping for you. You don't need an audience. You don't need approval. What you need is consistency. The more you focus on yourself, on your growth, your discipline, your learning, the more everything around you starts to align. You start attracting better opportunities. You start making smarter decisions. You start feeling more confident, not because someone else told you you're good enough, but because you proved it to yourself through your actions. And let me be clear, this isn't about isolating yourself or cutting off the world. It's about protecting your energy. It's about being selective with where you invest your time and attention. It's about understanding that not every conversation deserves your response, not every opinion deserves your attention, and not every person deserves access to your mind. When you learn to guard your focus, you gain control over your life. The best part? When you work in silence, when you stop announcing your every move, your success becomes undeniable. People will start to notice. They'll wonder how you did it. They'll see the results, and you won't have to say a word. Your actions will speak louder than anything you could have ever said. So here's the challenge. Stop talking about what you're going to do. Stop worrying about what other people think. Stop waiting for permission. Just do the work. Focus on yourself. Show up every day. And trust that when you do, everything will fall into place. You got this. Now go make it happen. What you focus on expands. If you focus on growth, discipline, and learning, your life transforms. It's that simple. Your energy is one of the most powerful forces you have, and most people don't even realize how much control they have over their own reality. Every single thought you think, every action you take, every choice you make, it's all shaping your future. But here's the problem. Most people are spending their energy in all the wrong places. They focus on what's missing instead of what's possible. They focus on distractions instead of discipline. They focus on other people's opinions instead of their own progress. And then they wonder why they feel stuck. The truth is, your life is a reflection of what you give your attention to. If you constantly feed yourself negativity, if you surround yourself with the wrong people, if you waste time on things that don't serve you, your reality will mirror that. But if you shift your energy toward self-improvement, toward learning, toward becoming the best version of yourself, your world will start to change. And this isn't just some motivational talk. This is backed by science. Your brain is wired to find more of whatever you focus on. It's called the reticular activating system, and it acts like a filter, bringing into your awareness the things that align with your dominant thoughts. Ever notice how when you decide to buy a new car, you suddenly see that same model everywhere? That's your brain at work. Now imagine if you trained your mind to focus on opportunities instead of obstacles. Imagine if you conditioned yourself to see solutions instead of problems. You'd start attracting more of what you actually want instead of settling for whatever life throws your way. The problem is most people don't take responsibility for where their energy goes. They let their environment control them instead of taking control of their environment. They wake up and immediately check their phones, letting the news, social media, and other people's lives dictate their mood for the day. They get caught up in drama, in negativity, in mindless distractions, and then they wonder why they feel drained. But here's the truth. Your energy is your responsibility. No one else is going to protect it for you. If you want to change your life, you have to be intentional about what you allow into your mind and your space. That means setting boundaries. It means saying no to things that don't align with your goals. It means surrounding yourself with people who push you forward instead of holding you back. It means replacing complaints with action, excuses with discipline, and distractions with focus. When you do that, when you commit to feeding your mind with the right thoughts and your life with the right habits, you start to see results. And once you start seeing results, everything shifts. You'll notice that the things that used to bother you don't affect you anymore. The negativity that used to drain you doesn't even register in your mind. The people who doubted you, they become irrelevant. Not because anything around you changed, but because you changed. You trained yourself to focus on what actually matters. And when you do that, when you put all your energy into becoming better, smarter, stronger, your reality starts to reflect that. This is why success isn't about luck. It's about alignment. It's about making sure your actions, your mindset, and your energy are all in sync with the life you want to create. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to know every step, but you do need to be intentional with where you put your focus. Because at the end of the day, you are either feeding your future or feeding your fears. So the question is, what are you choosing to focus on? Because that choice, it's shaping your life, whether you realize it or not. Distractions destroy progress. It's one of the biggest reasons why people stay stuck in the same place for years. Not because they're not talented, not because they're not capable, but because they're too busy paying attention to things that don't matter. Every time you allow yourself to get distracted by negativity, by other people's opinions, by unnecessary drama, you're stealing time and energy from the goals that actually matter to you. And the worst part? Most people don't even realize they're doing it. Think about it. How much time do you spend scrolling through social media, watching other people live their lives instead of building your own? How often do you let someone else's negativity ruin your mood and throw you off track? How many times have you told yourself you'd start something important only to get sidetracked by something meaningless? That's what distractions do. They pull you away from your purpose. And the more you allow them into your life, the harder it becomes to focus on what truly matters. And let's be real, distractions aren't always obvious. Sometimes they disguise themselves as things that seem urgent but aren't actually important. A pointless argument, an unnecessary meeting, a social event you didn't really want to go to. These things might seem small, but when they add up, they become the reason why you're not making progress. Because every moment you spend on something that doesn't align with your goals is a moment you could have spent moving forward. This is why the most successful people in the world are ruthless with their time. They don't let distractions dictate their day. They don't waste energy on things that don't serve them. They protect their focus, because they understand that without it, nothing great gets done. You have to start thinking the same way. If you want to achieve something big in life, you can't afford to let distractions control you. You have to take control of your environment, your time, and your attention. One of the biggest distractions people deal with, other people's opinions. It's crazy how much energy we waste worrying about what others think. We hesitate to make bold moves because we're afraid of judgment.